One Piece. Yes. This is One Piece chapter 1069. All things are brought into this world with hope.
Alternate title chapter. He has been named. Or should I say mentioned?
Well, we got a little cover page update, and I'm not really sure what it means. I remember this guy. Somehow. I remember his face. I don't exactly remember where he's from, but this is I don't remember. I just remembered his design, and I was like, oh, where do I know this guy from? Dufeld.
Do you, Brian?
Let me look it up.
Yeah, look up Dufeld for us, Brian. He sounds
So you don't
familiar.
know who that is, then?
No, why would I know who the fuck that is?
Yeah.
Christian's the encyclopedia of One Piece.
Brother, man. Like,
my encyclopedia is not as strong as it used to be. I can't remember Dufeld. I'm a failure.
you still know who this person is.
Deep down inside, I know who this person is, Dufeld. Apparently,
Wait, wasn't he? I don't know. that's not Gang Bage's friend.
No. I thought
Emperor of the Underworld, God of Fortune.
What? I knew he was a thing.
He's a former financier of Mads.
Well, we're learning that here.
When the fuck did they bring him up?
I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging.
Did they bring him up? It said they bring him up in chapter. Wait, hold on. So his first appearance was chapter 860. So that was Whole Cake, right?
I knew he was a thing. Yeah, maybe he was on Whole Cake. He came to Big Mom. He came to Pudding's wedding.
Yeah, they just invited their ex financer to the fucking.
He's there.
What's Mads?
Judgewood?
Mads was Queen, Judge, and Vegapunk's
and Caesar
scientist
Clown.
Rock band, huh?
And Caesar Clown.
Oh yeah, and Caesar Clown. They're a whole fucking fun.
They all
fun
worked
house.
together under the
Rock band.
No, they were science.
No, I'm just memeing.
They were science boys together, and they did science and stuff.
Big Mom's a scientist?
No, not Big Mom. Caesar Clown, Queen, Judge, and Vegapunk.
The Queen. Okay. Wow.
And apparently their ship was financed by this dude Dufeld, who was, I guess, on Whole Cake at some point.
Wow, what depth to this character.
Yeah.
Hey. And I'm not even being sarcastic.
Yeah. He didn't
Believe it or not.
He doesn't have to do this, but he does. He does every time. There's a deep and intimate backstory with pretty much every character that pops up and has a name. But anyway, last we left off, the CP0 has arrived on Egghead and has started to wreak havoc everywhere, destroying Atlas in the process. And he happened to cross paths with Luffy, Jinbei, and Chopper as they're carrying Jewelry Bonnie up to the Labo phase, where Vegapunk is currently residing at the moment. So yeah, now we're here, and Luffy is now face to face with Lucci. Luffy notices that Atlas is on the ground and is KO'd. Luckily, Atlas is still alive, and Lucci is just looking at Luffy like, I understand that it would be bad to fight. However, and Luffy tries to ask Chopper to help her out, to help Atlas out. Unfortunately, Chopper is a medical doctor, not a mechanic, and Atlas is a robot, so Frankie would be more help. Lucci tells Luffy not to interfere because it's an internal matter, and Luffy's like, man, she made sure I was fed. I'm gonna fuck you up, bro. Anybody who feeds Luffy, he owes their life to. So Lucci done fucked up, is what I'd say. Meanwhile, at the naval headquarters, we see that Aokiji is pissed off as usual because he learned that the Straw Hats are on Egghead as it stands. And he's like, no, this is a declaration of war at this point. I wish they had talked to me first. If Vegapunk is recruited to Straw Hat's side, then we're losing out on a major source of combat power. So basically, he commands one of the naval officers there to tell Lucci to wait for the Navy arrive. Apparently, Kizaru is actually on his way there now. So he wanted to tell Lucci to wait for the Navy to arrive and to not fight Straw Hat Luffy.
That was him.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
he's been named.
Yeah, he has been named. Unfortunately for Akainu, the battle's already begun and has in grand fashion. They're not holding back. We see that Lucci has awakened his cat fruit modeled leopard form. It's cool. He's like a slimmer leopard man, but he also has the same kind of thing that Luffy has when he's awakened his form. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, interesting.
It's just black flames, it looks like, but whereas Luffy is like more cloudy white smoke and steam. I wonder if they all have it.
He's a dire jaguar now.
Yeah. I wonder if they all have that when they awaken their fruits, like that weird godly jacket.
Not with his own fruits, because Law wasn't like that.
Well, yeah, Law didn't have like a weird thing going on there.
Neither did Kid. He just had a big magnet.
Yeah, he did have.
It was kind of dumb too, but whatever. It was stupid.
Stupid. I don't even remember. What was his weight?
Exactly. Magnet.
Yeah, it was just stronger magnet, I guess.
Yes.
But anyway, Vegapunk arrives where the rest of the Straw Hats are, and he's like, "Oh my God, the warrior in white has appeared!" And the other Straw Hats, I'm realizing they don't know about Nika at all. I think most of them haven't seen his Nika form actually in action. Nami asks, "Is like, wait, isn't that just his Gum powers?" He's like, "Even in the oldest books of devil fruits, there's no such thing as the Gum fruit."
They're like, what?
But he's always going Gum this and Gum that. And he's like,
what is he talking about?
Yeah, Vegapunk seems to ignore that completely.
The whole series.
Yeah, this entire time. And he's like, he looks just like a god who only appears in the oldest of texts. He's like, wait, that's Luffy. He's a fucking idiot. Don't you know that? And he explains that, of course, Luffy has the appearance of the laughable warrior of liberation who brings smiles to all people, also known as Nika the Sun God. So this is where it gets kind of fucking crazy. He starts to talk about how, well, first of all, as long as nobody's ever heard of Nika, really, because his name's been erased from the historical texts. But we knew that enough. He explains that like all things are brought into this world with hope, even devil fruits. And this is Vegapunk's theory, but apparently every devil fruit is a possibility for human evolution that someone has desired at one point or another across time and space. He even mentions to a point where like these powers are brought on by a deep desire for people and their deepest wish at any point in time. If, for example, like somebody out there must have been like, I wish I was a leopard. And that's how Lucci's fruit in some way or form came to be. And those powers that they draw on exist in different dimensions, dreamed up by someone else before them. So, he says this is only his theory, but wow, that's an interesting concept for a power. And basically he's like, so you don't need to debate whether any god exists. Isn't it just a fascinating world? Pretty wild. We get into Luffy arriving where Sentomaru is. Sentomaru shows up, captain of the Navy's science division.
Your boy, Brian.
Yeah. He's been on this island this whole time, apparently. And he shows up with the Hawkeye, Boa Hancock, and Jimbei Seraphims to drive off all the intruders, the CP0. And Vegapunk is talking to Sentomaru directly. He's just basically being like, Sentomaru's like, I'm helping CP0, right? He's like, no, actually, you're attacking CP0. They are threatening my life. So could you drive them off for me? And he's like, you're going to make me turn traitor right now? And he's like, yeah, true. I should have asked your opinion. But let me put it this way. He said, this is a request coming from me, the person who saved your fucking life. You really going to let me die? Sentomaru's like, oh my God, talk about the pressure. So Lucci commands the Kuma Seraphim to start blasting off everywhere. What?
Did this? We always knew Sentomaru was down with Vegapunk since the beginning, since he beat the shit out of Luffy.
Yeah, he worked directly with Vegapunk at that point.
Was that a big deal to us?
Well, we knew that he worked with him, but it was kind of a big deal. I mean, you know, that's how he had the.
I guess I wasn't reading it live yet. Like,
yeah, no. Well, that would have been revealed in Sabaody, and we caught up basically at Marineford.
Yeah, end of Impel Down.
Yeah.
/ Marineford is when I picked it up. That was my origin point.
Yeah, me too.
So, okay. Oh, you too? Really?
I wasn't very far behind when I had you.
I thought you seen I thought you already seen the CPO shit and the
That's before the Anis Lobby.
That's way before.
Yeah, that's way before. I don't know how far ahead. I think I like really read One Piece pretty consistently, and I finished it in a while because it was like doable.
Yeah, because you know about Thriller Bark and all of that shit, so you definitely started reading it way before like me. Yeah.
No, but I remember getting Current around that time as well.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's
maybe
when
I was
finally.
like,
oh.
Yeah. Anyway,
I thought you were shysting it like me. Just
no.
like here, keep it up to date while also catching up.
No, I started reading it from the very beginning and then I caught up. I can't do that.
Yeah, that's why I called it shysting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shiced through the series, yo. I do it all the time.
I shysted right through it.
Yeah, because I gotta see. I don't care if I spoil myself.
Yeah, I care deeply about spoilers.
Yeah, check this out. Sometimes I'll be reading a series, like I did this with with the assassin guy that looks like the coach.
Hitman Reborn?
No, it looks like the coach Andy Reid.
Oh, Sakamoto Days.
Sakamoto Days, yeah. I literally I read it up to like, I've read way past this point, but I remember like I got to the 30s, and for some reason, I just decided to look at the newest chapter and read the whole thing.
Sometimes
why?
Sometimes I get a tiny peek at the current chapters, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool.
Right. I'm like, they're fighting. I wonder who that is.
Yeah, Sakamoto Days is nonstop fighting. Like they fight pretty much the entire series. Really good action. Pick up Sakamoto Days. It's pretty fun. Anyway, so the Seraphim show up. Sentomaru is being peer pressured into saving Vegapunk's life. We have the S-Bear Seraphim just going off and just blasting off at random points. Sentomaru commands the S-Bear to start attacking all the CP0 agents. And basically Stussy breaks down the hierarchy of people that the Seraphim will pretty much listen to. And the CP0 are pretty much at the bottom of that list for the most part. Sentomaru's above them. Dr. Vegapunk and all of his satellites are above Sentomaru, and the 5 elders are above Vegapunk, which is concerning.
They lack access. That is concerning as well.
No, the 5
we'll
elders
talk about that later.
The 5 elders have ultimate control over the Seraphim, even above Vegapunk, is what they're saying.
Oh no, but these guys do.
Oh yeah, not the CP0.
CP0 lacks access.
They do lack access. Meanwhile, Luffy's punching through the ground and giving this guy a fucking liver shot from the ground. Standard Gear 5 shit. Lucci's not doing great in this fight.
He doesn't even understand. I wish instead of exclamation marks, it would have been question marks. Like, what the fuck just happened to
Did
me?
I just get punched by the
That
ground?
would have made it way better.
Did he use the ground like a glove?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Oh.
I disappeared.
Yeah, you did disappear.
I'm getting a call.
Get back here.
I'm back then.
So yeah, that's all happening. Luffy actually approaches Sentomaru. He's like, "Hey, Axe Boy, not long time no see." Sentomaru's like, "Don't call me by my weapon. We're enemies." And
Axe Boy.
Yeah, he's like, "So you're gonna help Punk escape, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, he asked me to. It's cool." And he's basically, they're having a little chat. He's talking about, "I don't know if that's reassuring or not, but I hear you're an emperor now, and you got that weird look going on." But that's when Lucci comes out of nowhere and uses his hand pistol to possibly kill Sentomaru.
No.
I mean, I said possibly.
No.
I didn't give him the sound effect, did I? I said possibly.
No.
Hey, people have been dropping dead ever since the time skip. It's possible.
Brian doesn't agree. Neither do I.
People dying.
This just goes to show whenever some motherfucker is supposedly the most defensive motherfucker in the series, whenever somebody makes a defensive claim in One Piece, you know they're just gonna get murked. That's just how it works. That's just what happens.
They're used for power scaling.
Well, to
everybody's
be fair,
like, yeah, I'm kind of fucking really.
Not train.
I'm a thick boy. Nobody can hurt me.
To be fair,
they immediately get murked.
He didn't get a chance to get his guard up. You got to give him a chance.
So stupid.
Yeah. Well, he's out. Whether he's dead or not, he is out of the game, giving the Seraphim's control to Lucci and the CP0. I mean, he still has to kill Vegapunk because Vegapunk could probably still command the CP0, the Seraphims, but not from where he's at, I guess. I don't know. And that's for the end of the chapter there. Now it's 2 weeks to the next chapter, unfortunately. But yeah, that was One Piece chapter 1069. We do have a question from Sketchy Mike. I don't know if we should get into it first or just do our thoughts first, but while I pull it up, in fact, Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
The Sentomaru design change. That's number one. I don't know.
Sentomaru looks the same.
Right? Exactly the same?
Yeah, he just has a coat. But we knew that. That's not brand new. When he showed up in Sabaody, he had the coat.
Oh, he did? Okay, so same design.
Same design.
I thought he looked different.
Nope.
I don't know. He is intimidating before, man. Him, Kizaru, and the pacifistas, man, they were on another fucking level.
Mm-hmm.
They strike fear in my heart, in my adolescent heart. when I first started reading the series. So to see Sentomaru finally pull up and he just got earthed. What happened to this great defense? What happened to that chest plate? That's not even regular clothing he's wearing. It's supposed to be like body armor or something. What happened?
It's not body armor. He's wearing regular clothing.
Well, it should have been, Chris. It should have been.
I'm not debating that. I wouldn't debate that.
Look. Why is Lucci so strong? Why does he have Conqueror's Haki and he's clashing with Luffy? That shit bothered me.
Yeah.
Well, technically that could not be Conqueror's Haki. Technically. That could just be clashes of Haki, not Conqueror's
What
Haki.
do you mean, Brian?
Because we've seen shit like that, these clashes happen.
What do you mean?
I'm literally explaining it, you stupid bitch.
No, you're not explaining it well enough, Brian.
I'm literally explaining it right now. You're not letting me explain it. So essentially, we've seen these kind of clashes happen before with Haki. So we're not exactly sure what constitutes it being Conquerors and what constitutes it being like regular armament, because
Well,
sometimes it do be like that.
Brian, I think you
Chris
look up
doesn't
whether
disagree with you.
Lucci technically has it now.
There's a chance he has it. I feel like it makes sense for him
I
to
think
have it.
the
but-
electricity thing is supposed to be Conqueror's hockey clashing. It's not
Yeah, but we've seen clashes like that happen before with armament.
between who and who.
No.
I can't recall exactly when, but it has happened, to my knowledge.
I wonder why his god form would use armament hockey in the first place.
Who?
Which, let's be clear, that's exactly what he was doing. Like, regardless. When Luffy clashed with Mr. Jaguar, they both were using the armament on their fist.
Mm-hmm.
But why would Luffy have to do that in his form? Kind of weird and inconsistent.
No, he uses
I
hockey.
kind of wish he didn't turn into the Nika form yet. I don't think Mr. Jaguar deserves that.
I mean, he is getting his ass whooped by it pretty thoroughly.
I guess. They seem pretty even there.
In that moment, sure. But then he hit him with the floor uppercut.
Yeah, he did.
I did find this guy's question, so I guess we should get into it. Mike B, our homeboy, El Sketcherino, he comes in and he asks us a question about this particular chapter. So after reading chapter 1069 of One Piece and seeing Luffy going gear 5th immediately, do you think this means the end for the other gears? Gear 5 is the strongest, and as of this moment, we don't know of any drawbacks, so I couldn't see why Luffy would ever want to use any other form. So you think he's just going to be like, I mean, evidently he seems to be doing that immediately, just bursting into gear 5 as his first option.
Yeah. Well, there were times where he slipped into it literally without even being in combat too. So it seems like that's going to be his bread and butter now.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder, I can imagine he needs time to like maybe fully control it, because like Brian mentioned, there are moments where he could just like slip into it, and we don't know how conscious he is of slipping into gear 5 or not yet. We just had kind of like a hard cut, and there he was. So I'm wondering about that as well. I would think it would behoove Luffy to pace himself a little bit and just like start with the other gears and end up in 5. Or maybe a combo of all of them. Because in theory, that's what gear 5 is. It's the combination of all the gears. But that's my thought.
I thought Gear 5 was just the next level. Like, it completely changed the rules of the game.
Yeah.
Like, it went from affecting his body to affecting everything else around him.
Oh, yeah, it does.
He could probably grab the sun out the sky and smack somebody with it and then place it right back.
Yeah, just
you know what I'm saying?
just
Like a
chariot.
Looney Tune.
Wham!
You
Just put it back.
and it's just a mass of the entire mass of the sun he just got cracked in the head with.
Yeah. How fire would that be?
No
We could
pun
just rip
intended.
the sun
That
out
would be
of the
pretty
sky.
fire.
All right. I guess I could, Brian, what would you think? What were your thoughts on the chapter overall?
I think the Seraphim are so adorable. I think anybody who has any defensive stats in One Piece is just created to make an example of.
Mm-hmm.
Virgo, now fucking Sentomaru. Everybody's just looking to get their asses beat.
That's true.
So I feel like it doesn't really matter at the end of the day how fucking powerful people's defenses are. And it would be lame if if everybody just kind of keeps getting railed whenever they're like, oh yeah, I'm such a defensive fucking player. Everybody, I'm so strong with my gut. My stomach just doesn't hurt anymore. It's just, come on, just give somebody the ability to be a tank for once.
Yeah.
But that's all my thoughts for this.
Zoro's a tank.
Frankie's a tank, literally.
Yeah, that too.
He has like tire track. He has like tank tires on his knees. He's a for real tank. I really enjoyed this chapter. I thought the stuff with Vegapunk is super interesting. I don't even know really what to make of it all that much. Just because I feel like obviously Oda letting us know that Vegapunk, this is just like a theory of his, lets us know that like Vegapunk is probably on the right track, but there's still more to learn. This isn't a definitive answer, obviously. And I'm excited to find out more about the devil fruits. I knew this was going to happen. I knew that the second we got to Egghead, I was like, oh, we're going to learn about some devil fruits. I'm here for it. But to know that, like, I don't even know how to conceive of the idea that these fruits are the result of just like people praying for, you know, these abilities and these powers manifesting from other dimensions. It's so interesting, and it does, he does give a reason as well. I think I neglected to mention earlier of like this desire is like loathed by the sea, because it's like the sea is considered the mother of nature, and that is why devil fruit users tend to sink, because they are kind of like products of unnatural like wishes to an extent. You know, it's like a blasphemy on nature itself to want to evolve yourself to such an accelerated degree. So I think it's very interesting. There's like trees that grow these fruits. Like there's a gum tree. Well, not anymore because there's no gum tree. There's no gum fruit. Right. But which tears apart my theory about like why the government was just like watching Luffy with these powers, just be like, what, isn't that Nika's powers? I thought there would be like a gum fruit out there, and then just Luffy is using the Nika fruit, and they called it that.
Right. Like that did exist, but it doesn't exist at all.
None of them exist.
Yeah.
Neither of them exist.
No. Bungee gum exists though.
Bungee gum has the properties of rubber and gum.
You know, that really bit them right in the ass, didn't it?
What?
The world government. They were like, yo, let's erase this fucking devil fruit from existence. Nobody's ever gonna like find out about it, bro. And then when it comes out,
red hair.
They don't know anything about it because it's not written down anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how much the elders knew before, like maybe that's why, is that there's no record of them, so the elders didn't actually know until like it started manifesting. It was like, oh shit, I heard about this. Oh, like, fuck.
Ah, damn. Why they gotta erase that shit, bro? Like, can you just give us a little page, bro? Like a little sticky note, bro?
Damn. I should have read more devil fruit books, then I would know that there's no such thing as a goddamn gum fruit. Such an idiot.
Yeah, wait, nobody back checked that? Nobody fact check it and went, yo, you know what? Like, guys, I don't see any gum fruit in this shit. Just say.
Yeah.
This some new shit?
I'll give them benefit of the doubt in that they knew, because they weren't transporting it. They knew what the ship, they knew what the fruit was. We're like, they had a pretty heavy guard underneath it. It just got stolen from them. But I'm sure there's a whole story behind the Nika fruit and all that stuff that we're going to learn later on. Just because there's a whole story of Shanks that we have to understand before moving any further into understanding devil fruits. I feel. But man, what a chapter! Lots of stuff. Oda is the king of just like breadcrumbs. This is giving us just enough to be satisfied for a little while, but still keeping us wondering. I don't know if he's been watching Lost for several years. It's just like, I'm gonna do what they do, but for manga. But he makes it happen every time. The Seraphim are adorable. I do agree with you on that, Brian. They are very adorable kids.
I love Esper. Esper is my favorite.
Yeah, Esper is adorable. He's a big, giant, deadly teddy bear.
I just hope that Senamaru isn't out.
Yeah, I hope he's not dead too.
I just hope that Senamaru just isn't just insta-murked and then done for the rest of the arc.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Senamaru was down. He was like, all right, I guess I'm helping you guys out then. So, you know, I'm sorry I sicked a bunch of pacifistas and my Uncle Kizaru on you 2 years ago, and palmed you to death. But now we're on the same side. But yeah, dirty move by Lucci. It made me mad. I was like, you bitch. Why did you attack? I think you're muted, Josh. Get it together, man.
I was just saying how Sentomaru just got reintroduced.
Yeah.
Pedro.
And then gets instant finger blasted.
Yeah. It is funny how he did it too. He's just like, oh, I don't know. What's going on, man? You look weird. You're an emperor now. Oh, God.
Dead.
Dead. Not dead.
Dead.
Maybe not dead. We'll have to see. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Great chapter. I hope Luffy revenge kills Lucci in Sentomaru's name. It's looking like that.
Also, one more thing. I wonder how long it's going to take for Kizaru to get there. Like, because he was already on the way, so he should arrive like basically as soon as fucking Lucci gets his ass beat. No,
He better hurry
Does
up.
he not move at the speed of light?
I mean,
He does,
kinda.
right?
yeah. He can't fly.
what can he ride on like his own beam or some shit?
No, he has to he can travel through reflections. So unless they find a way to make a line of mirrors from one island to the next, he can't necessarily fly there.
I mean, it's Vegapunk's island. I feel like they would have to have some kind of system like that.
Well, they won't. They won't now. Why would they? Kizaru's coming to kill them.
He will kill them.
One funny dynamic that brings up. I think Kizaru is supposed to be Sentomaru's brother. I wonder if he'll take kindly to.
Huh?
Not brother. He's supposed to be his uncle.
What?
Yeah, he calls him Uncle Kizaru. You can verify that for me, Brian, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
What?
Verify it, Brian.
Yeah, verify it for me, Brian, but I'm pretty sure that's
Please.
a thing. Encyclopedia, don't let me down now.
Gone freaks.
Gone freaks. But I'm pretty sure that's the case. If that's true, I wonder how he'll take to that. I wonder if he'll just be like, my foolish nephew, you shouldn't have chosen the wrong side. With his pursed lips. Ooh.
In fact, it's completely baseless. The only partially relatable tie between Kizaru and Vegapunk. Oh wait. Okay, so he is his nephew.
Hey!
Yeah, he is his nephew.
Let's go, me. The encyclopedia.
Which is very odd because they don't look alike at all.
The old noggin. Still working. There's a reason I'm wearing this Jolly Roger on my head. It's giving me all the memories. But yeah, I mean,
pretty big chapter though.
Yeah, he's either gonna be very nonchalant manga villain about it, or he's not gonna take kindly to it. No in between.